nation's leader weighing in on Disney's plan for Eleutheris Lighthouse Point and the opposition to it. The government still waiting the results of a probe into allegations made by the former board of the Bahamas Power and Light. The former Crystal Palace Resort landmark set to be no more. And today we begin to turn up the pink as we raise awareness for breast cancer this month. It's a Monday, the start of yet another week. Good morning, everyone. I'm LaDawn Davis, and this is the Morning Edition. Thank you so much for waking up with us. You are looking at a live shot from our webcam here in Centerville. It's a view of the Bahama Resort in Cable Beach. A demolition of the former Crystal Palace Resort will take place there within the hour. But first, we start with weather. Joining us live in studio on the Morning Edition is Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean with our weather outlook. Good morning, Basil.
Good morning, LaDawn. As usual, we'll get you started in the tropics, and we have Leslie still out there about 635 miles east of Bermuda, moving very slowly toward the west, northwest at about 5 miles per hour, and that is expected to intensify over the next couple of days, could become a hurricane within the next 24 to 36 hours. And then we have this troughing right across the Florida Peninsula north of us that will provide some showers to the north and over the Bahamas. High pressure is in control, and that means very little clouds this morning, but that will change during the afternoon. We'll tell you all about that later in the newscast. But outside of our studios, it is partly cloudy with a temperature of 81 degrees, relative humidity 73%, easterly winds at 9 miles per hour, your barometric pressure 1,016.7 millibars, that's 30.02 inches, and it is steady. Temperatures around the islands this morning, 79s in Freeport, Grand Bahama, Green Toll, Key and Abaco. Also, Marsh Harbor reporting 79. In the Berry Islands, 82, 83 degrees in Bimini. In Harbor Island, 82 as well. Roxanne, Eleuthera, 81. Otterstown, Cat Island, 82. 79 in Staniel Key, that's in the Exuma chain. Kemps Bay, St. Andrews, 79. Fresh Creek in Central Andrews at 81 degrees. San Salvador and Rum Key at 82. 82 is also in Clarencetown, Long Island, Crooked Island. Betsy Bay, Meguana, 81, 81 in Ackland, Ragged Island, 82 degrees, Matchetown and Agua, 81, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 80 degrees. Your boating forecast for today for all areas, northeast to east winds, 15 to 20 knots, wave heights. They're going to be around 4 to 6 feet with some light to moderate swells. High tide will take place at 12:08 this afternoon. And that's going to do it for your first look at weather. The Morning Edition. Stay tuned. Your forecast for today and tonight is still ahead.
Thanks a lot, Basil. And traffic is expected to be affected by that demolition. On the scene at Bahama in Cable Beach is Jimanita Swain with this morning's traffic report. Good morning, Jimanita.
Good morning, LaDawn, and good morning, Bahamas. We're coming to you from Cable Beach, just on the roundabout outside of the Melia property, where it's a big day ahead as the Crystal Palace Resort and Casino will be no more. It's set for demolition. Now, of course, that may mean some changes as it relates to traffic. And joining me now live is Sergeant Jerron Thompson, who is going to fill us in on what you motorists need to keep in mind. Good morning, Sergeant Thompson.
Good morning to you. Good morning, Bahamas. We expect traffic flow to flow as normal. There are no traffic diversions at this time. We do expect a lot of dust as the result of the implosion. So we advise joggers and walkers to be mindful of the dust and avoid this area. The implosion is set to be at 7:30 a.m. So we advise all motorists that who may have to traverse this area, traffic will be as normal. But of course, we'll have spectators. We'd like to advise those persons to not to stop in the road to video or record anything or take pictures, but to just keep moving or find a safe place to park and a safe place to watch the implosion, and everything will be good.
Thank you so much. That is, of course, Sergeant Jerron Thompson of the Police Traffic Division. As he indicated, traffic will flow as normal here on the Cable Beach corridor, but you may want to pick a wonderful spot to view the demolition. That may be at the Go Slow Bend, where we saw a few persons already parked, appearing to be waiting just for the right moment. So back to you in studio, LaDawn.
Thanks, Jim Anita. Now on to our top story this morning. The petition opposing Disney Cruise Lines development located in Lighthouse Point, located in South Eleuthera Tip, has gone international. Eleuthera residents, students, and environmental stakeholders have voiced their opposition to the proposed development, noting that as one of the most naturally beautiful and diverse spots in the country, its beauty to charm should remain untouched and unspoiled by commercial development. Disney Cruise Lines President Jeff Valley said in a print article that their development is not intended to destroy Eleuthera's environment or harm its economy. Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Hubert Minnis was also asked about the issue upon his return home from New York City and revealed that he has already met with Disney executives and plans to hold town meetings in Eleuthera on the issue.
I don't want to reveal anything else at this particular time, but we would continue discussions with Disney and with the community, and you, the Bahamian people, will be informed as to the results, but we would make the best decision for the Bahamian populace.
The probe into allegations levied by the former Bahamas Power and Light Company board that began back in August continues. Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Hubert Minnis told reporters this past weekend that he is still awaiting the final results of that investigation.
As soon as possible. We have been in discussion, and we will do it as soon as possible. I've said that we will investigate, and when that's completed, you will receive the results.
Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Hubert Minnis said he is committed to rectifying the issues facing the Bahamas Doctors Union. Earlier this month, doctors at the Princess Margaret Hospital demonstrated against current working conditions and salaries, including maternity benefits and double-time payments. Doctors Union officials told our news team that for years, their career has marginalized many doctors, forcing them out of the country because they feel they are not taken seriously. The Prime Minister told reporters upon his arrival from New York City yesterday that he spoke with the doctors before he left the country to hear their concerns.
As you know, I was at one time, a member of the Senior Doctors League, or whatever you want to call it. And I spoke with my colleagues about a week ago before I left. I asked them so I was not sleeping. I know what's going on. I asked them what were their concern, and we spoke, and I told them that as soon as I return, I would meet with them. So I have all intentions of meeting with my colleagues this week so as to resolve that issue. And I understand what their matters are, and they understand what challenges and obstacles I may face. But we have a very, very good relationship.
And stay close. We've got more news right after this quick break. You're watching The Morning Edition.
If you own a portfolio of securities within a brokerage account, like stocks, bonds, or mutual funds, you can access a hassle-free loan, known as a margin loan, based on the value of that portfolio. Your investment portfolio is essentially used as collateral for a cash loan. And the benefits are numerous. Simple and straightforward application, quick turnaround, a more competitive interest rate, no requirement for monthly payments. Contact us for more information on margin loans.
Need insurance for your valuables? Shield Insurance is the answer for you, offering friendly, professional service at competitive prices. Our experienced staff at Shield Insurance work hard to ensure that you get the right coverage for your car, home, or business. Now introducing our new premium financing program, designed to make it easier for government workers and employees of approved businesses to receive car and home insurance. Visit Shield Insurance on Thompson Boulevard or call 356-7202.
What you see and hear on this television station is governed by IRCA's Code of Practice for Content Regulation. The Code of Practice covers matters relating to program content that are of concern to the community, such as local content, news, current affairs, programs for children, advertising, including political advertisements, and the responsibilities associated with broadcasting in the Bahamas. The Code also covers aspects such as access services for the hearing and visually impaired, and the procedure for lodging a complaint about anything broadcast by this station. The code is available on the IRCA website at www.ircabahamas.bs. To receive a copy of the code by mail or in person, you may telephone IRCA at 242-393-0234. Family Island dialing is toll-free at 1-242-300-8722. Or you may send a request by email to info@ircabahamas.bs.
What amazing idea to go into the communities and into our world and into our country and into the homes of people and into the lives of outstanding and extraordinary people all over the country. I think that telling those stories again helps us to connect to the notion of okay, how can I live a better life? How can I be better? This is how this person achieved it. Where can I find common ground so that my life can match up as well? And so Ordinary People is an amazing, amazing concept, and I'm excited to be a part of the Ordinary People family.
Welcome back to the Morning Edition. The Crystal Palace Casino is about to come tumbling down this morning. Built in the early 1980s, the Crystal Palace Hotel and Casino became the jewel of the Cable Beach Strip, hosting conventions, pageants, and conferences, including the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting attended by Queen Elizabeth. This morning, the hotel is set to implode, making way for a new development by Bahamar. Jiminy Swain is there.
Good morning, LaDawn, and good morning, Bahamas. We're coming to you live from the Grand Hyatt property at Bahamar, where, as you can see in the background view, is, of course, the Crystal Palace Resort and Casino that's set for demolition at 7:30 this morning. Now, joining me live on scene is Miss Allison North-Jones. She is the public relations consultant for Lenovo Constructions, the person that will be responsible for demolishing the property. Now, Allison, tell us what precautions Lenovo has taken as it relates to ensuring that this area is safe, whether on land or on sea. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. Well, we've been working on this planned structural demolition for about 6 months now. We have done every government meeting and precaution. We've had about 4 or 6 different meetings where we had to go through different approvals and different safety inspections and environmental checks to ensure we're doing everything we can to improve public safety and protect everyone's safety as well as the surrounding environment safety.
And so what's the perimeter area that's ensuring this safety zone is met?
So over the last week, we've had a 500-foot safety perimeter all around the 3 towers that were going to be demolished. We've also fenced off the area and covered several of the surrounding buildings with geotextile fabric that will protect any environmental dust, particles, things like that from getting in any of the surrounding buildings. Also contain the collapse.
So 7:30 is the set time.
7:30, weather permitting, as long as we don't have too much wind or any other issues. But we are fully on schedule right now.
So it's just a matter of just being excited and waiting and making sure everything goes as planned.
Absolutely. We want to make sure we're protecting the public safety as much as possible. We're ready. We've done all the preparations. The government and the local authorities have been very helpful with us, and we could not be any more grateful for all their participation in helping us ensure that we have a safe and effective structural demolition this morning.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. That is, of course, Miss Allison North-Jones. She's a public relations consultant for Lenovo. 7:30 is the time set for the demolition of the Crystal Palace Resort and Casino. It will be no more. Back to you in Studio LaDawn.
Thanks, Jimanita. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and all month we will be sharing with you the story of survivors, entrepreneurs, specialists, and civic organizations that are in the fight for a cure and to heighten the awareness of this killer disease in Bahamian women. Now, joining us live in studio to tell us more about the disease is President of the Cancer Society of the Bahamas, Dr. Williamson Shea. Dr. Shea, welcome to the Morning Edition.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Now, Dr. Shea, tell us a little bit about the Cancer Society's efforts to fight cancer.
Well, you know, we are Cancer Society of Bahamas. We're located two buildings down from ZNS. We in the Cancer Society promote cancers throughout the year. But this month, as you may know, this is Breast Cancer Month. And we are promoting screening, mammograms for most women who are eligible, and healthy lifestyles and prevention of cancers.
And what are the numbers of women being diagnosed with breast cancer? Has there been an increase, and are men being diagnosed with the disease as well?
Well, the numbers are thrown around that every 1 to 8 or 1 to 10 women develop breast cancer. And yes, you're right, men do get breast cancer, but not as the same rate as men, as women, sorry. About 10% of men do get breast cancer. In fact, we're actually doing a surgery on a gentleman today for breast cancer.
And has there been an increase in the numbers?
I don't have the exact numbers, but I would say yes. And the numbers show that the younger women are getting it more as well. So we need to be more aware and promote screening and prevention of this cancer.
And what are your plans going forward, and how can the public assist in those plans?
Well, as you know, we are a voluntary organization, so we need all the help we can in terms of funding and donations to the Cancer Society. We are embarking on an expansion plan as well, and we'd like to have the public donate as much as they can to help us run this association.
Dr. Shea, thank you so much for joining us here on the Morning Edition.
Thank you.
A local photographer and his team are doing their part to put smiles on the faces of breast cancer survivors who have not only beaten the disease, but who are also making a difference in their communities and careers. For the entire month of October, survivors will be featured in a special project and promoted across this country. Noted photographer Dathan Newton of D. Newton Photography spent the last few days in September snapping shots of breast cancer survivors to be featured in his Turn Up the Pink project. We caught up with Newton during one of his photo shoots, and he told us that some 31 survivors will have the opportunity to share their stories, bring something that exemplifies their personality to inspire women still battling the disease.
The reason why I particularly chose breast cancer survivors is because a lot of times you have all of these sponsors and companies going after people who are still fighting or trying to raise money to help them with treatments and stuff like that. But my whole concept is, what about the ones who already beaten cancer, who have already survived cancer, so the ones who are surviving now? Is like, once they beat cancer, or breast cancer in particular, what's next? So this whole initiative that I put together is to kind of bring them back into the spotlight, as well as so they can encourage those who are still in the fight.
Additionally, Newton says Family Island breast cancer survivors were not left out. They also took part in the project.
Persons from Abaco, Eleuthera, and Exoma that are participating inside the breast cancer survivor Turn Up the Pink project. We just sent it out, and we know that it would have been a rush to kind of get people to submit because we gave them such a short window. But given what we had planned to do, it had to be done in such a time and fashion, and we were just more than ecstatic when we saw that we got the numbers that we were looking for.
But in the end, Newton says Bahamians must stop the stigma that breast cancer is a death sentence and rather celebrate the lives of those who are able to beat it and live a normal life.
These ladies who have had such a pleasure in talking to in such a short amount of time have shown me personally that, you know, they've been through breast cancer, and if you can just see by some of the shoots today, you wouldn't even know the difference if I didn't tell you what we were here doing. They are so full of energy, full of life, full of positivity, and I believe that's what the ones who are still battling with cancer needs to see, because at the end of the day, it's that positivity and energy that would help you to survive.
Some lucky youngsters got some much needed items thanks to a local fraternity. Our Amajal Knowles has that story.
A local organization doing their part to give back to the community, Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, embarking on their Kappa Cares initiative, where they will assist residents of the inner city communities in staying hurricane ready, as well as aid youngsters with some of their educational needs. One of the first destinations for the Kappa Care packages, the Big Harvest Community Sunday School in Woods Alley, the organization's local polemark, Quentin Lightbourne.
Well, Kappa Cares is a program that we initiated, or we started this year. We want to give back to our communities in various ways, shape, some forms. We realize that the hurricane season is still among us, so we want to give bread basket items to persons in various communities. That's why we came in Woods Alley. We're in the Flamingo Gardens, Kamika Road area. We give bread basket items like corned beef, tuna, sardines, cream, bread, water, even sodas that we put inside the bags And we got some good quality bags as well that we want to give back. And we also want to make mention to Colca Industries, Miss Kim Chappelle. She gave us a great and sizable donation we were able to give back in this community today. And it's something that what our fraternity Kappa Alpha Psi is all about, giving back to the community. There's also in some bags you threw in some pens and books, pencils and stuff like that. We want to make sure that education is key, because Kappa Alpha Psi is about achievement and honorable achievement in every field of human endeavor. And that's something that we want to give back to communities, and that's been our main thrust this year, to give back to communities.
For Minister John Ferguson, who serves as the community Sunday school superintendent, he says efforts such as these are heartwarming and much appreciated by members of the community.
First, let me say that what is happening here in this community is indeed exactly what we want to happen in every community. As you can see, these brothers came and they gave to these kids who really need what is given to them. And this is just another segment of what we do here at Big Harvest. This is a Sunday school movement, and we have been in existence now for 22 plus years. And so to date, we have done so many things that this community has benefited from. And I'm indeed happy to be at the forefront of this particular project. And like I said, it's a movement, it's a Sunday school movement, and it's a community Sunday school movement. And we are indeed happy to be able to do this kind of partnership with other members of the community.
Well, for a pair of recipients of the care packages, Jamaica Eau Claire and Delroy Woodside, they offered these short words to express their excitement. Maybe how do you feel about getting the bags today?
Incredible. I'm feeling fantastic.
Now, Big Harvest are not the only recipients of the gesture. Care packages were also distributed to residents of the Flamingo Gardens community over the weekend. For ZNS News, I'm Amajal Noel.
Well, Fisher, you know, it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I heard Dr. Shea saying...
I forgot to wear my pink. I'll be wearing pink from tomorrow on. Made sure that...
I heard Dr. Shea saying that there's a number of young men that are also being diagnosed with breast cancer as well.
It was shocking to hear that, but you know, I did the prostate exam a few weeks ago, and everywhere I go now, guys are saying, I gave them courage to go, but I don't have none of this, so I don't think I'll be going to do that exam.
But I'm hoping that a man who's actually battling breast cancer would come on and share their story with us.
Well, you know, ZNS Sports and ZNS News and the Morning Edition has been reaching out, so hopefully by the end of the day, somebody will definitely call. But nice to see you look very nice in your pink this morning.
So you got to wear your pink on Friday.
I'm going to wear my pink tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
So what's coming up in sports? Coming up in
sports, well, the New Providence Softball Association, their season is all finished, and it was a shocking end as to who are the champions.
That story and more ahead in sports.
Need insurance for your valuables? Shield Insurance is the answer for you, offering friendly, professional service at competitive prices. Our experienced staff at Shield Insurance work hard to ensure that you get the right coverage for your car, home, or business. Now introducing our new premium financing program, designed to make it easier for government workers and employees of approved businesses to receive car and home insurance. Visit Shield Insurance on Thompson Boulevard or call 356-7202.
More Bahamians are being encouraged to get involved in fishing and farming in an overall view of growing our agriculture industry, putting the Bahamas in a better position to not only feed ourselves, but create a sustainable food chain of produce for export. Hello, I'm Carla Palmer. In the next episode of Agriculture Now, we'll explore the potential of the fisheries sector. Join me on Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. and Saturdays at 9 a.m. for Agriculture Now. That's Agriculture Now on Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. and Saturdays at 9 a.m. on the ZNS Television Network.
Good morning and welcome to your first look at sports. It's October, thanking God we all made it. It came down to a decisive Game 7 to decide a champ in the New Providence Softball Association on the men's side. And the Commander Security Truckers came out swinging against Alcott Forbes back after a one-game suspension. The Truckers, they pulled off what many softball fans thought was impossible, coming from down 3 games to 1 to knock off the two-time champs CNS Hitmen 6-5, taking the series 4-3 in grand fashion. For Garfield Bethel and Lamar Watkins, it was a win well-deserved.
The guys who play behind me, man, that's all they got. They get big heart and they know how to grind it out.
All about not giving up. They actually had 4 runs. We believe that 4 of those runs was unearned. But like I say, hit runs and errors. We hit when the time was right. Got the job done.
We already know we had a awesome defensive team. Our pitcher, like I said, it goes back to heart. He had to dig down. He know what he had to do. He know he had to execute in order for us to, I guess, get out of the innings. Coming into the championship, we already know we had to work hard and we had to execute and make some plays. We were down but never out. My guys, they always encourage.
I mean, before this championship started, they had us actually to get sweep, 2-time defending champs. But Truckers is a great organization and we're just trying to get it back the way it used to be.
Now the Hitmen falling short of that three-peat.
Bittersweet moment, man. We had a lot going on with our team, a lot of injuries. Adversity is, but we try our best to overcome. However, mentally, I believe the team was torn apart because of what's been going on in the series from the start. However, I want to extend congratulations to the Truckers, man. Very good ball club. I pulling for them in the BSF round robin.
Now the round robin is November 1st to the 4th right here in New Providence. NBA preseason tipped off on the weekend. DeAndre Ayton and the Phoenix Suns, well, you Bahamians will get a good treat tonight. They host Buddy Hield and the Sacramento Kings. 10 o'clock this evening, you can watch that game live on NBA TV.
I think I probably put on 3 pounds the most. I'm still the same. I'm still the same. But I just being more cut up and more fit. That's what I've been working on, getting more cut. I've been doing all the plyometric stuff and I've been lifting, I've been running, and just working on stuff to make my body cut up really good. So that's why I look like that. If we're back at a point guard spot, but if I ever, you never know. This is NBA. Sometimes that happens. Where I got to move on to 1, or coach might draw a play where I bring the ball down sometimes, or we have an offense where if I get it, I push it and we go. Same thing. But I'm available. I've been working on stuff to that. So it's nothing wrong with making plays for your teammates. Teammates like that.
Here looking forward to another breakout season. Well, government school sports will get underway today with volleyball. GSSA President Pharrell Davis, some of the coaches coming into this season feeling that some sports are being cut short for others.
I know that the members requested that we have 2 rounds in the various sport, but really and truly our calendar will not allow us, and Mother Nature is never on our side. Last year, our softball season went almost 2 months plus because of the weather, and so that used to be a sore in us. We don't want our own facilities. We are using the gyms, the school gyms, and also Blue Hills Sporting Complex, so we have to actually work along with the schools and also the other organization in terms of using their facilities.
Senior boys and girls will play volleyball today in the government schools. And that's going to do it for your first look at sports. I'm Charles Fisher. Let's all have a great week ahead. Everybody, I on TV. Look, I on TV. Mom, guess what it is? That's me. Bartend, do you see me? I on television. I gotta tell my girlfriend I on television.
Hello?
Babe, turn your television to ZNS. Quick, I'm on television.
I don't have a TV in there.
We have Wi-Fi though.
We have Wi-Fi.
That's fine. They upgrade now. You can watch it live from your phone. You just have to download the app.
All right, hold on.
Go to the App Store, type in ZNS, download the app, and you'll be able to watch ZNS straight from your phone. Hurry up and start over again.
Get your news and more anytime, anywhere with the new ZNS app. Stay connected from around the globe with our live stream news updates, all in the palm of your hand. You can also listen to the ZNS Radio Network for your favorite music. Go into your Apple or Google Play Store and download the ZNS app today.
Miss I's a star now. I still gotta pay.
In our final look at weather, Leslie, still a tropical storm, is expected to become a hurricane within the next 36 hours, but now no problem to landmass. It's still about 635 miles east of Bermuda, moving very slowly towards the south at about 5 miles per hour, maximum sustained winds at 60 miles per hour. And over the Bahamas, high pressure is in control, meaning just a few clouds, but during the afternoon, because of the heating effect, there could be some afternoon showers popping up as well. And our forecast for today simply called for partly sunny sunny. A bit breezy condition for that demolition with a shower or two developing in the afternoon. The high temperature getting up to 87 degrees. And tonight it's going to be mainly clear with just a few clouds. A shower or two in an isolated area of the islands with a low temperature of 77 degrees. And the extended weather forecast over the next 7 days keeping you in the mid to upper 80s daytime temperatures and lots of sunshine as the middle part of the next week get going. That will take us right into the weekend. Ladon?
Thanks, Basil. Well, as we told you earlier in the morning edition, the implosion of the Crystal Palace Resort is set for 7:30 a.m. and it's about that time. We now go back to Jiminy the Swain, who is live in Cable Beach, where onlookers are gathered to see that implosion. Jiminy, what's going on there?
So as you can see in your live view, this is a shot of course, the Crystal Palace Resort and Casino at 7:30. It's set for demolition. The casino opened its doors back in 1983. A number of persons have been involved in the process over the last few months. At least 150 to 180 persons have been in the process of organizing the demolition, cleaning, ensuring that everything goes as planned. Today alone, there will be at least 75 to 100 persons in process. Once the demolition has taken place, they're going to do their final sweeps and inspections. So there you have the blast taking place. So far that's one of the towers down, or two more still up.
The next will happen in about 90 seconds.
So in about 90 seconds, we expect the next blast to go off and another tower to go down.
You can see the flashes inside the building right before it burns.
So if you look closely, you should see some flashes just before it goes off, igniting the blast for the demolition. So now you can't see them. Everybody has their phones up. Everybody's just videotaping and just alert and focused on the blast. There are a number of persons here. We're on the bridge at the Hyatt just looking over, anticipating the next blast to go off. Everybody just excited, I would imagine. And with that, the Crystal Palace Resort and Casino, a fixture on the Cable Beach Strip, is no more. So as you can see, a number of persons, they're applauding, they're cheering. A lot of persons still have their phones up, just getting some live shots. As you can see, just a thick plume of smoke in the area. Traffic officials had advised joggers and walkers not to be in the area, but it's an historic moment here in the Cable Beach area. As I told you, the Crystal Palace Resort and Casino has been officially demolished at this point. As I told you earlier, 75 to 100 persons are going to be on scene. They're going to do a final sweep once the dust clears and probably give the all clear for the area about 9:30. That's Lenovo Construction officials' official word on the matter. So back to you in studio.
Good job there, Jimanita. And that does it for the morning edition. Thank you so much for waking up with us. Once again, I'm LaDawn Davis. See you right back here tomorrow morning.